Ahoy hoy, I'm B-Side Berto, and welcome to another episode of Elk Boulder on Settlement Survival, a strategy city building game by Gleamer Studio. These episodes of Elk Boulder are a series of screenshots of gameplay. Last episode, we continued trading with Rania, hoping to get that first tier. With this episode starting off, I do have a trade route out to her for some down jackets. We also put down some apiaries, and in our little city center, put down a research center and a palace of justice. We started building a second pasture for our goose, and we had clicked on the big tree, so we have 3 years of better regeneration for our tree growth of the land. And for the timeline, the next thing is a merchant ship this time next year. So one of the first things I did when I unpaused was upgraded my compost plant. I had some extra bricks, so I put it in there for better work efficiency. We quickly got a technology point, and I use it on Reed for a Reed field. An event happens, the doctor's concerns, and I have the choice of medicine and clothing. I pick clothing, and from it I get 200 down jackets. I send another trade caravan to Rania, some coffee and peas for gears and paper. The other pasture gets built, and I select it for goose, and like I did with the turkey, I transferred 2 over to start it off. As I wait for things to happen, I begin to decorate my little town area in the original city center. I'm using cut stone roads and cut stone ground underneath the buildings. I put down a reed field and it gets built on the bed of the river by the sandpit. A traveling merchant comes through and offers over 2,600 for linen. That's most of my linen, but I do take it. I have plenty of flax to make more linen, and I'm okay with clothing at the moment, so I'm not concerned. What is a problem is I just built a graveyard and a bunch of houses, so what little stone I had is gone, as you can see from right here. I make sure all my large farms have tools, which increases the work efficiency by 10%. And with the last trade caravan coming back, I did get tier 1 with Rania, which unlocks dates. I'm going to continue trading with her to get the second tier for mosques. And I sent another trade caravan out, coffee and feathers for more gear and paper. Another technology point for Elk Boulder, and I use it on insurance. I put down another sand pit, make it 1 sand and 1 clay, so you don't have to switch one on and off constantly. And I have been putting extra sand and clay in my dock for merchant ships when they come through. Some of the gears we got back through trade, I put in the knitting workshop. The gears will help the work efficiency by 10%. A merchant ship docks. And from what little I have in there, I cheaply trade for some glass bottles and a handful of brick. And then I send another trade caravan out, a handful of items for fodder and glass bottles. I'm stocking up on glass bottles just to have them, since my industry is not where I would like it. And the fodder is going to be used in my second fishing dock for a bonus. Another technology point, I really want the bathhouse so I can start making soap, but I don't have all the things I need for the bathhouse itself. So I just use it on the police station, and I will have the police station, but it's more to open up towards the theater for later on. I build a police station right next to the Palace of Justice. I put down a little compost plant so I can plot more orchards for my dates. I ended up with 4 people working each one. Dates are edible right away, and I'm going to let them use it as food. But once I get the technology for drinks and can start making stuff with it, I will consider cutting it off from the community and focusing it purely on making drinks so I can trade with it. Immigrants arrived at the town hall, and this time I refuse them. I may not be taking immigrants anymore because I'm comfortable with where I'm at with how many laborers I have. That fodder we got back from trade, I put it in the fishing dock with some rope that we had. Now that both fishing docks have the bait perk in it, I make sure both of them have 4 workers in each one. My goal is to get salt works in the next episode, which I can start salting fish, so I won't up the production of my fish. An event happens called Better Food, and I'm allowed to purchase books for 100 coins. So I do that. And this is where we're going to pause it and end this episode. We'll take a quick look around and see some stuff that we did. From here you can see the second graveyard that I built with all the additional houses around the city center. In the city center, we started decorating with the roads. We're using cut stone roads and floor. We also added a police station. Our second goose pasture got built. We transferred 2 over and is already hitting max capacity, so we are producing more goose meat, feathers, and more dry dung. And we spread more houses all over the map. Here's just a few in this area that we built. We added another mine. This one's not getting the jade bonus, but it's producing coal for us. The more coal we get and use, I can cut off my domestic fuel. And I'm going to try to go for this achievement in Steam called efficient heating, where you don't use domestic fuel for 20 years. Little building we did in this episode, we did mostly over here. We put down a series of orchards for dates. I did put a compost plant. I have it on pause because these orchards can't use that. The upgrade does, but I wanted to make sure that they were spaced out the way I wanted to. So when I do upgrade them, they're already plotted out. And hopefully these orchards will be producing in a season or two. Put down a reed field as well as an extra sand pit. So now we're making 1 clay and 1 sand with the sand pits. We're about to hit another technology point, so that'll be the first thing next episode. Hopefully I'm going to get the bathhouse, even though I'm still needing some bedding sheets for it. We need to get refined fuel. I also need to start working on it, upgrading my quarries and mines because they are limited, and the quarry's been there for a very long time at this point. And I would like to get salt making so I can get salt works. I need to focus on logistics with the warehouse and baskets coming up. We did get the first tier of Ronnie on this episode. I'm going to continue trading to get tier 2 so I can get the mosques. But once I get tier 2 with her, I want to transfer over to Lorenzo. His first tier is not my favorite with the hardwood seeds, but I do like getting the barbershop in tier 2 and the small fishing port in tier 3 where you can get oyster or fish. As we posit the population's 339, I have 95 children, but only 40 students, so I need to build another school soon. And I'm going to start turning down immigrants because if I have 95 kids, they're all going to grow up and my population is going to grow naturally, hopefully. My goal is to put a retirement community by this lake, but I may put a 3rd city center by this river and possibly tourism on this little channel island. And hopefully in the next few episodes, I can decorate these little grass areas right by the elk statue. So tell me what you think. Common ones are usually a park bench, some flower pots, maybe a fire pit, some lanterns around. So let me know what you think, what I should do with these areas. Thanks for watching episode 7 of Elk Boulder and Settlement Survival. Stay tuned for next episode where hopefully we focus on the industrial area and get saltworks up and running. Take care and have a good one.